when Viola Davis had to dumpster dive for food. Viola Davis received an award from the Hunger is Charity. She supports programs fighting child hunger. Viola herself knows what hunger is. She had to steal and dive into dumpsters. She did everything to find food. What was her life like? Viola Davis was born on a plantation. She was the fifth out of 6 children. Her family's home was infested with rats. There was no hot water, gas, or plumbing. Her family wiped themselves down instead of washing. Their laundry stood unwashed for weeks. The Davises were the only African-American family in town. Viola's classmates made fun of her after school. A Portuguese classmate led the group. The bullies threw stones at her. It was all because of her skin color. This fueled Viola's anger and competitiveness. She considered them her only arsenal.
I needed every tool of that arsenal every day. I'm not exaggerating.
Her family was very poor. Viola stole food to survive. She looked for food in dumpsters full of maggots. She befriended neighbors who ate 3 times a day. She knew about violence on the street and at home. People didn't talk about it. Viola was a victim of groping and had to take it in stride.
What makes it worse is that I was humiliated, not the person who groped me in front of everyone.
At the age of 8, a stranger assaulted her on the street. The other kids teased her after that. Viola's father beat her mother, May Alice. May Alice was the oldest of 18 children. She left school after the 8th grade due to pregnancy. She was a factory worker and maid. Viola's father, Dan, was a horse trainer. He left school after 2nd grade. Dan had many affairs. He talked about them openly. He liked to remember a woman named Patricia. His romance with Patricia ended dramatically. May confronted Patricia. Dan slapped May's mother in anger. Viola and her siblings hoped their father would leave. Her older sister Diane recounted a fight between their parents. Their father asked their mother if she wanted him to stay. Their mother didn't want him to go. Viola said,
I wish that Mama could have acquired the tools to imagine a life free from that sort of pain. Even grown with multiple children, she was still that little 15-year-old girl who got pregnant and married before she could legally drive.
Later Dan changed. May was able to forgive him for mistreating her.
My mom said he apologized to her every day.
Viola explained. She also forgave her father. He died of pancreatic cancer.
That's my legacy, forgiving my dad.
Early in her career, Viola Davis struggled with prejudice. She lost roles because of her appearance.
Almost every role I auditioned for were drug-addicted mothers.
Then she landed the part of Vera in 7 Guitars. The success of 7 Guitars allowed her to get health insurance. Viola had a hysterectomy due to uterine fibroids.
My fibroids were so bad I looked 6 months pregnant. I was so anemic from constant bleeding that I would fall asleep standing up in the subway.
The operation allowed her to conceive naturally. It was her dream. She finally found happiness in 2011. Viola and Julia Stennon named their daughter Genesis.